What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Roots. So I'm going to review the fifth album by pop rock band Train. Based this particular project is called Save Me San Francisco, and it came out in the fall of 2009. Now this particular album has a lot more capital type appeal than what the realization, I think, probably the commonplace amongst it kind of was within pitch like that. Train was a pretty popular type band within those sorts of pitches, particularly throughout like the late 90s and early 2000s pitch like that, but seemingly their fourth album, which came out in 2006, did not chart, did not have like heavy spread kind of chart appeal, seemingly pitched like that. Now I do not know as full bound about Train pitch like that, but the aspects for us in some of these type pitches, it seemed like some of their earlier type fares when you think of like the 2001 Train album, which had a top 5 single up there on the Billboard 100. Like this particular album is pitched for us, and this was kind of like Train's return to form as far as he's pitching out now within the product, within some of these type phrases, the pitch as far as saying. I think the aspect, this is a very important type album, I'd say, within these pitches. Definitely feels like one of those type ones that help shape, centralize, and mold like the particular hit type fare, paying attention to like the phrase, like the goings on within like the aspects as far as talking about like mainstream kind of 2010s pop rock type radio and just pop music in general within pitch like that. This has a lot of similarities. This came out a little bit like a good 6 or so months before Bruno Mars broke into the swing pitch like that, and this is also missed the fray of the One Republic type days, a little bit past like the Apologize and some of the little bit past the Apologize and Stop and Stare type days pitch like that, but within the same sort of variety, that folksy kind of, yeah, definitely I would say acoustic lick, kind of Hey There Delilah, kind of roots rock type fair settings to pitch amongst the kind of projects, some of that typeness, but the pitch far as saying definitely good similarities to Plain White Tees within certain type pitches, has some of that restaurant type fair, also similar to Maroon 5 off of their Songs About Jane type album from 2002 pitch like this, kind of carries some of that type variety just without like the This Love kind of MTV VH1 kind of jingle club bop within those pitches. On this variety there is some restauranting type fare, but the pitch behind it, this kind of nails this sort of particular type of appeal of like some good midday and evening type jive within pitches without like the usual kind of dance type boogie, but it has the pitch for us saying, particularly if you if you have some hit spread type vibes of fucking with Bruno Mars from like his 2010 doo-wops and hooligans type days, and particularly also 2007 type appeal, there's probably a further type phrase with One Republic. I haven't listened to as many full I don't know as many full-bound type albums within One Republic apart from the 2007 one currently, but the pitch for us in some of those type varieties, it definitely feels like Ryan Tedder, Bruno Mars, some of the Smeezingtons type bears pitch like that, and Plain White Tees pitch for us saying very capital type, has a recognizable type song that has over a couple billion plays on Spotify. It's definitely pitch. Hey Soul Sister was a pretty large spread type one within pitch that this was seemingly caught the song countless times like the radio. One of these type pitches, very much like the spiritual type sequel in my opinion to Hey There Delilah. Some of those same sort of pitches, those picnic kind of lunchtime type phrases that you would hear pretty prominently throughout some of those type places where you'd have like an outdoor table to kind of have like a lounge type lunchette pitch like that. Some of those type phrases were an outdoor kind of Applebee's and some of those places like that pitches of like those varieties. Wingstop and some of those type places in the daytime as far as those places go. But really this particular pair, like most of those acoustic type lick type ones for like lunchtime type picnicking and pitch like that, they don't really follow up within that hit type appeal, and that's kind of the same trap that particular Train falls into with this type of appeal. Very pleasant type song within pitch like that, but the rest of the album, it does have some further type singles. This did go triple platinum, which is pretty good for late 2009 considering a lot of albums apart from like Adele and Taylor Swift didn't really get to that variety. But the pitch as far as saying some of these type of appeals, then the aspect had the pitch as far as saying had banging type appeal, but I think the main spread type girth of what probably anchored the sound within like most of its sales probably came from that particular Hey Soul Sister type frame. But the pitch for us in some good aspects here within pitch like that. Just variety some of these type ones, there's some centralized kind of aspects within the variety, just like pop shift. Good pop shift that kind of beat some folks like Ryan Tedder and Bruno Mars to the punch. I mean, they were around this particular time within the gettings of like the goings on, but this is kind of underappreciated within like the fares of some of these type cogwheels that are going through some of these type phrases, getting to folks like Philip Phillips and particular One Republic and One Direction. Some of those type folks like that other type pitches is Plain White Tees started to stretch out a little bit more, and some of these type pitches definitely. Also, I would say probably traces of Bruno Mars within like the aspects of also Unorthodox Jukebox from 2012, some of those pitch like that. But this good assortment of some of those folksy kind of acoustic, kind of blue-eyed soul type ones pitched like that. Maybe traces of Michael Bublé sounds a pitch, but kind of aspect for us saying good hit products of the pitch first. And I recommend all 11 songs. There is particularly like a Golden Gate edition, which has a few extra songs in there, which I'm not going to review currently within pitch like that, but I am going to review the 11 song edition off here pitch like that. So 10 out of 10 album. Most assuredly be able to say pitch like that. So within the phrase for us saying the appeal behind this album just deals with the pitch like the day and evening shift. The appeal behind this album deals with like the day and evening shift as far as these first album, just to miss the product. It has some of these type of phrases, but it's more kind of centralized in like the fraternized type aspect and just the communion of actively kind of showing gal miss a good time within some type pitch. It has the hosting type fit, but just kind of more in a follow my lead type aspect with something the pitch. So the phrase for us saying just kind of take my hand sense the phrase amongst the aspects for us like the pitch kind of having some courtship, very good courting type album within a prompt type sense, good pitch like that. But the aspect, paying attention like the variety kind of amongst it. It's not within the normal type facet of being able to say within pitch like that as far as like the phrase of whether or not the tariff. I think probably a Sierra Mist and like possibly like a lager or something like that would probably be within a variety of like certain type sense with the pitch as far as saying paying attention to some of these type varieties here within pitch like that kind of deals with. It's a healthier type album by some of these sunlick type ones and pitch like that, but the fray definitely amongst me personally going to get tore out sense of pitch like that within the East type factor, but it's just a pitch for us and some of these type varieties. It's not really this is a pretty vanilla type album within the pitch as far as like candid typeness. I think you could probably catch in like the aspect of like marketing where possible PG or just more family friendly type aspects would kind of be around the the memorandum and pitch like that. And it's not to say as if this would be limp or something like that, but it's just kind of like Maroon 5 just without like the particular appetite for like the more crunk type acid is full band. It's not to say as if it's not crunk, but it's just kind of pitch it just saying some of these type ones is just kind of Bruno Mars particularly got an edge factor amongst him past like the 2010 album. When you think of songs from his 2010 album like Count on Me and Just the Way You Are and some of those type ones and Grenade, some of those type ones where he was real earnest and just cheery and just the aspect like that particular ball and pitches like some of those type varieties pitch like that's the variety as far as saying also like songs like the Lazy Song, some of those type pitches, kind of some of those type aspects within this album, but just within the pitch of it's the more activity kind of date evening spices within pitch process and just products like that. Definitely worth it to get crunk towards within songs of pitch as like the price. So yeah, very capital type album. One of these type ones I think in terms of like the widespread type appeal when you think like the commonplace where some of these type rough lanes kind of happen within the aspect as far as paying attention to some of these type ones that are kind of receptions kind of like, oh, this is where blah 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 kind of hit their peak or something like that, where folks kind of think Eminem was good up to like a certain point or like particular Korn was good up to like a certain point or something. The pitches like that particular Linkin Park was good up to like a certain point. Something the pitch. The prize for us and something the pitch. This has some good banner type price. This was a comeback for Train. So within these pitches, least what appears something the pitch. So 10 out of 10 album. Say pitch like that. So Hey Soul Sister lead single pitch like that. Like I said, and this top 3 type single on the Billboard 100. Good nice pitch, pretty recognizable type fares. Good chances that I think within likelihood some folks heard this song within pitch like that. So this is probably one that this feels like within the aspect of one that was not dissed on like rock radio type charts pitch like that, but actually within rhythmic and commercial kind of everyday pitch like that. So fares probably that you could hear next to songs like Just the Way You Are and Not Afraid. Just the Way You Are by Bruno Mars, Not Afraid by Eminem, and like Empire State of Mind by Jay-Z, some of those type ones, pitches like that, hit that phrase. I Knew You Were Trouble by Taylor Swift, some of those type pitches like that, but hit that phrase for us saying it's a good, nice one within these aspects. Like I said, seems like definitely gave me vibes like the sequel, even though it's by a different band, the sequel to like Hey There Delilah, good pitch like that. So quality kind of acoustic pop, kind of Parkside jaunt and release, get towards their good pitch like that. Just definitely staring Gallup, some of these pitches, how you feeling? This sun definitely suits you as far as these pitch down. Some of these hit tough phrases, aspects as far as getting towards this particular pitch. It's basically what you get with some of these type fairs is Parkside type jaunt and Parkside type jaunt and just overall expend as far as this pitch count with the hit type phrase is paying attention towards it, just the aspect. Going for pretzels and cotton candy, some of that pitch like that. Just the aspect, some of that hit type phrase is good, just cute. It's good, cutesy, cute and pleasant type reflect, and just overall reflect, bask, and collect as far as those Piscon Saxon type pitch. This real commercial type staple, pretty routine type one to probably hear within the likelihood of a good few times even nowadays, pitch like that. Just one of those type ones that continues to have like the aspect, just a real good, smarmy kind of feel good type one pitch like that's this capital type appeal. But the aspect is kind of flash in the pan type one to kind of follow up with them pitch like that. It's a good, nice phrase to kind of get one of those just sunroom kind of pleasant kind of Tuesday afternoon type ones pitch like that. With the phrase for us saying just the aspect, just getting some of that, just kind of with the vibes, the same sort of trap that particular plain white tees fell for pitches like not so much felt. The same sort of trap that plain white tees fell into within some of the pitch, but the aspects for saying has some other type bangers on here, but it's just kind of pitch for saying it's just the roteness. I think the roteness of this particular song caused issues for us. This first kind of good, nice pitches. So if it's love, good second single here, pitch like that. It's like a sunnier kind of Maroon 5 and like some 2002 kind of township type romp pitch like that. Just grab like some Motzas, Sierra Mist with Galson stuff pitch like that. Just lay me some day as far as these pitch counts. So within product, as far as saying just these aspects, as far as getting towards this, definitely want to hear the product of this. So here the enchilada, how that particular day fair kind of went with Sons to pitch among scale cakes as far as these pitch kind of just hit up right, just getting towards go till your tanks on E as far as these first kind of definitely good hit pitches like that as far as the Ferrari's kind of having good excellent pitches. Some of these type ones, like If It's Love and Marry Me, were top 35 singles off here, so it was kind of pitch as far as saying within these aspects. They did have like some candid type charting appeal pitch like that. There was some excellent kind of follow-up type phrase, but the pitch for us saying it's just good products within some of the pitches kind of product. Definitely feels like songs about Jane type Maroon 5 songs that pitch like that is that kind of familiar kind of New York and San Diego type fare. Definitely some of those that pitch like that hit that phrase. This Massachusetts, some of those places at East Coast, West Coast, some of those hit that phrase like that. It's kind of more skyscraper type township, hilly type fare, taxi cab type weather, and scenery pitch like that within those phrases. Good excellent products for us. Those pitch can happen. I think there was like a particular kind of it's like a particular kind of Leonardo DiCaprio type movie that kind of had some of those type phrases that felt like some of that city type shift that's similar to like this particular album. I think it's like Catch Me If You Can or something like that. Sounds a pitch like that within those phrases with good excellent products for those pitch can happen. Marry Me is hitting off here. Third single, it's a good nice one. It's like a bang kind of sunroom kind of iced tea for standard mist and pleasantry. Get towards here as far as these pitch can happen. So just a product that's making like a sugar honey iced tea sounds so probably good pitch like that. Some of these type pairs or something. Good apple kind of country time pink lemonade, some stuff fairs like that. It's good nice pitch kind of take the edge off type fair pitch like that. Just kind of the just light speak, soft speak pitch like that with them phrases. Just fairs like that. Splendid. That's splendid. Definitely wonderful to hear sounds of pitch like that amongst the aspect. It's kind of candid typeness is being candid, quite some of this stuff. There's good pitch like that, but definitely getting towards some warm vodka in your system. Some of these type ones, this is a real kind of task. It's a real pleasanted type fare of an album with them pitch like that, but the variety amongst some of these type fares is kind of the aspect of getting too far with. It's a good, nice album here, but the chipper typeness within this album has more aspect, a little bit more upbeat typeness within pitch, like the usual type variety within aspects. So just kind of paying attention, like the phrase, and not being too welcome at amongst the pitch like that. Definitely, me personally. And the products of myself going to get some warm vodka in my system, so it's a price. And with an aspect, this is kind of more, if anything, to say whether or not there be some drink type product. This really kind of seems sans like the particular too much aspect of getting crunk type aspects in your system. But the fairest for us saying some stuff tones and pitch for us saying definitely routine type fairest, a warm vodka pitch like that, and probably it doesn't strike. I mean, this is kind of a lot more just pop kind of sunshine type aspects. Definitely the variety, just like a healthy kind of tone, and just more pitches and just upbeat typeness than like the pitch. Not to say it's full bound as if like it would not have some of these type of aspects of the pitch for us, and just feels like the aspect kind of You have to have the It's not as if these moments would not be here within these pitches, but it just doesn't have the designation to say, all right, this is where you bust out like your flask and get towards some crunk typeness or spark up a grape sweet, something like that. So the pitch for saying it is pretty candid. Like this is an album that I think was probably sold at like Target, Walmart, since the place more within the product where it would kind of be the product that just everyday kind of within the casual type fit for just work a day within the routine type, but it's not as if other type ones wouldn't within those pitches, but this kind of has the phrase this pitches it is definitely gets some spark up the product. This warm vodka type fair is definitely pitch like that. This fab wrong comes to ask towards miss with some type pitches, paint just like the phrase, like some recent get up, like some wrong comes to really have been tripping your trigger recently in pitches like that. Save Me San Francisco's nice type one off here as well. This is a 4 single good pitch like that. And this is a top 75 type single since the pitch, but hit type phrase. And the bang typeness amongst this album, there was a Christmas type song seemingly that came out that expanded this. The particular promotion run of this album lasted from about the summer of 2009 to about the spring of 2011. So this lasts for a good consistent while. It's one of these type ones that had a little bit more main spread type appeal that would stretch and helped carry over, had to do with carrying over the 2010s pitch like that. So some of these hit up phrase, but particularly Save Me for Save Me San Save Me San Francisco to tie Save Me San Francisco, the 4th single and title track's a hit. That one's like a good upbeat kind of Thursday outbreak to get towards here. Just Maroon 5 type fare from like 2002 and just 2000s in general, but jollier pitches like that. Just good to get like some mochas for Miss Suns to pitch amongst it. Have Miss decked out in like some shadow Suns to pitch. It's kind of variety. It's good, nice pairs within Sinister Parks to kind of have relative type phrase amongst the aspect of paying attention towards. Like to get up with like the standard goings on pitch like that, but just kind of get. I also like bad bitch type miss also with some of the pitch. So kind of product is some of these type pitches kind of. The Dallas Buyers Club U needs to come out since the pitch like that. So within the phrase for us, and not within product, it is talking about within the aspect of being being within the degrees of strung out or some of those type pitch. But the aspects for us and some of those type pitch kind of aspect definitely. Gal Miss needs to get to opening Pandora's box for us. This pitch game definitely bitch type mode. Hit that phrase getting towards it, but pitch like that as far as this phrase game. But excellent with the pitch for us paying attention towards is a pitch for us saying. The aspect recommend all 11 songs off the standard edition. Sounds a good pitch like that amongst things that phrase here. So some of these type pitches, words is a hitting type one with these aspects here. It's like a dope throwback to Third Eye Blind, kind of late 90s, early 2000s, kind of sun period to get towards there. Just good porch kind of Dave Lita, definitely say. Tell me like some funny times pitch like that. So paying attention to some of these type phrases as far as like the pitch, it is something kind of have within a funny type phrase, but it's like the pitch, it is something that kind of stood out within recent type phrase. Just pitches like, yeah, that's. Definitely getting some POVs of this good crack up to kind of see the funny type aspect from like the tone of this Gal Miss's sense of humor and pitch like that. Sounds like a good pitch amongst it. Brick by Brick is nice up here. It's like a nice early bird to 2010s kind of pop pitches. Brick by Brick is a nice type one. It's like a nice early bird to 2010s pop to get towards here. Just Ryan Tedder and Bruno Mars type fair, definitely within pitch like that. Just earnesty, some of these type fairs amongst those pairs that those particular folks would get towards having throughout the particular 2010s decade that was yet to come within pitch like that. Hit type pairs. Just cook like some fettuccine for standard miss, good pitch. Definitely within like some banner type appeal. Cook like some fettuccine for standard miss, good pitch like that amongst these phrase pros. Pitch guys get towards the product. Just good. Good pleasant type ship and handiness within the pitch for the various kind of accent pitches like that. Just get towards some sippage on top of that sentence the price kind of have. It feels like one of those routine type ones that you would get for just like a more home set and homely type sense for some of those type pitches of just like atonement, not so much atonement in terms like having done being in the wrong or pitch like that, having screws, but just appreciating like the homestead and like the environment since the pitch is the aspect of like a grateful and just humble type song since the pitch like that. It's kind of the variety just pitch like that. It's kind of homestead type fair Sunday Monday type music pitch like that. Not terrible amounts of pop off going within some type pitch, but it's the product just standard type phrase, just like a Monday. Standard phrase like a Monday evening kind of dinner with standard miss pitch like that. Hit that phrase is something good. Something delectable within those hit type pitches. Fettuccine definitely some of the pitches like that. Good spice kind of have on top of the accent type pitches. Get towards like cilantro type areas. If gal misses and allergic to some of those type of spices, kind of throw in for like some good just impromptu type areas pitch like that. Definitely get towards some sippage pitch like that. Easily kind of dry gin pitch like that. Just keep the spice of it going. Parachute is nice up here. It's like a pleasant kind of sun dredge. Get towards this post-hour kind of release. Definitely good pitch like that. Grab mist like a slush. Sunny's the fair. It's this good nice one from Sonic or Sunny's the phrase pitch like that. Scooters, coffee, Sunny's the pitch like that. Hit up phrase kind of missed the aspect. Then certain type pitches, probably grabbing like one of those Red Bull type ones, just have like some degree of an edge that factor in certain type senses. But if it's just more in like a more pleasant, just kind of Tuesday, just relative kind of coast down for the day and settle for like the day type fair, just some of those pitches getting one of those good oceany type drinks that happen at Sonic pitch like that. It's definitely some Parkside type purple, definitely just good grape sweets kind of get towards burning up pitch like that. Now within the fray, obviously this is obviously this would be more hands-on type enhancements from myself pitch like that, but sometimes the phrase is the aspect, not to say obviously like as if it wouldn't, but this pitch for some of these type phrases could pitch like that. Just definite thoughts from this for these supposed to kind of paying attention. Typical kind of day bleeding pitches like that amongst these particular type races. The aspects for the product's going to happen to some of those type ones. It just is like the aspect feels like switchfoot, feels like particular aspects alike. Feels like switchfoot, feels like daughtry, feels like some of these type aspects for just like that sun pure type tones within some of the pitches like that. Feels like shine down, but just with less edge type factors for those pitch down within the aspect for those pitch kind of happen. Definite thoughts from this, just get to some digest. Definitely thoughts from standard miss hit pitch like that, just get to some digest within the pairs amongst it within the hit type products, good pitch like that. I Got You's a nice one. The song I Got You's a nice one off here. It's like a nice lounge and sunroom kind of ramen and fajitas to get towards with mist. Frozen supposed to go out and cook some of those type braised for standard gal pitch like that. Ramen. Good pork or chicken ramen, good chicken fajitas, sense the passes within pitch like that. Just tasty kind of provolone and mozzarella type cheese pitch like that. Some surprise within hit type acid pitch like that. Just get towards more. Get towards possible like. Get towards possible company type phrase of maybe like mild kind of Uno or Jenga sons of pitch like that. Probably more over Jenga within pitches, something kind of just for like the digest of like 10 or 17 minutes, something of those type pitches. Whereas Mr. Rogers definitely sends the pitch for standard miss. Some of these type phrases paying attention to like her catalog, like the goings on of like the active phrase and just like this pleasant typeness that goes along with like this music phrase, the sound pitch like that. It's definitely the pitch of. Just need Mr. Rogers like his red sweater as opposed to first guy. Definitely good pitch like that. Your definite. Definitely tell me the what to do stud muffin as far as these first guy. Good pitch like that. It's good game. It's good, nice foot tapping, more or less game evening type fair. Maybe like a mild kind of dance ship type accordion with them pitch like that. Probably definitely get towards like some mild kind of dance ship type accordion pitch like that. So I'm surprised this kind of appreciate like a good good product of amount of boogie and pitch like that. So I'm surprised amongst it type feel. But this is kind of the fray. Some of these type ones, like I said, not really much of like a present kind of dance type shebang off here pitch like that. But that hit type aspects, this does have the excitement in the air as far as this pitch comes. So it's kind of product like it's more kind of within the product of white noise, kind of just the product of making you excited more so than like the fray of being a miss like the carnage, but it is some hit type phrase if the music is throwing enough to kind of get the enjoyment factor. So pitch like that, this will be I feel like there's a couple of these type ones, like particular I Got You and like I Got You and Save Me San Francisco, the title track that has some of these good couple of these type phrases like I got you and Save Me San Francisco, the title track, that have some good gyrate and percolate type phrases, good hit pitch like that amongst these products. But hit type phrase amongst it. This Ain't Goodbye is a good nice one off here. It's like a radio grab and grip as far as these supposed going to happen here. Just sobering, kind of need to keep them shit on point as far as these supposed going. So some of these stuff pitch, paying attention like the day product, like the aspect, like the makeshift and pitch like that, just getting back towards the biz. Getting back more towards like the everyday and some stuff pitch like that amongst the fair, just like the day push and just the products of the get dones that are that are within the product of being taken care of within these pitches, and not to have like the jolt effect of it being like a gripe humongously within the pitch, just like fuck it, it was like some sort of slave shifter pitch like that, but just the fray. But definitely something that's the pitch, paying attention like the product. In addition, like the day for that has the rope up pitch like that, get to some femme shit kind of get. A nice favorite type run sends a pitch amongst the aspect, picking up like a Netflix gift card or just figuring out some of those stuff, right? It's like some meme dive kind of get to us, like some rom-com type quotes, kind of get back on like the spice for some of those stuff pitch for like some porch collect later, good pitch like that, sounds hit tough phrase. Hit type pitches definitely within those aspects, get towards some parfaits for a standard galley pitch like that, some of those hit tough phrase amongst the aspect, just on top of that. Feeling in Valentine's type mode when it's more of like July or August and stuff as a pitch like that, but no, then the product definitely the pitch as far as just not being like a bug and leaving like 20 voicemails and not being like a bug and leaving like 20 voicemails within an hour pitch like that, but just some of those hit type feels in the aspects as far as the ballistic typeness. Just the aspects as far as the hitting typeness, this on point typeness kind of get towards with standard Fem and Day for a good pitch like that. I'm not sure if I don't know if I talk about, you already know this, the hitting type one's like a good alt rock kind of evening sunshine get towards there, just later scene kind of restauranting and bullshit. Supposed to be supposed to have. It's another good foot tap type one, another nice percolate type fray within pitch like that. Just some white noise type fray to kind of get towards the scenery within the park, like the socialize and fraternize type factor, but it's more within the pitch. It's kind of more fly on the wall type white noise within like the product to like evening scene type jump within pitch like that. And it's not to say as if it doesn't have like the quality. It's not as if it. It's not to say as if it doesn't have the bump pitch like that, but it's just the phrase as far as paying attention towards. Not forgetting about the particular spill type factor as far as like the gap that goes along with it as far as the pitch count. It's not. Just more within like the product, and not forgetting about the gap type factor that goes along with like the jump of like the fraternize and like the hoopla as far as the split counts just within pitch process. And some of these type ones get into the product is active type phrase of definitely a good hit collect and white noise as far as this pitch count within the aspects as far as just getting towards like particular dusk and evening spots. So just definitely being chatterbox pitch like that easy within those hit type phrase. Definitely throw Galamis some jalapenos pitch like that just within the hit type phrase, getting towards that product to this. The charming misfortune that happens amongst her as far as supposed to have a hit type pitch of the aspect up with some ballistic typeness, good pitch like that. Breakfast in bed is a good nice one off here. I think this last time one I haven't talked about off here pitch like that. It's like a slumpy and cozy kind of late shift after hours sludge get towards here pitch like that. This mud face you up with something that's the pitch, this kind of weekday type, evening type for within the collective, this retired type mode within the pitch of this it's like the sun sets and sun stuff, just after hours type product mud face you like definitely say with Gal Miss pitch like that, mud face you lights up mirrors for this pitch. I'm not being sarcastic with this for this price. I'm definitely the pitch of after hours you is the definite jewel as far as these press guns the pitches just look like a routine kind of seeming one night stand type fair with them pitch like that amongst the prices kind of the aspect of one of those particular Loch Ness monsters that particularly everyone kicks out of their house at like 4:15 or 3:30 a.m. pitch like that sounds surprise once the particular a couple shots of tequila filter out of their system pitch like that would hit their phrase. Definitely aspect of some of those pitches. Retirement, you definite bangers versus pitch. I'm just having like the jaunt type factor, just being douchish pitches like that. But hit type phrase processing the aspect kind of amongst here. So within these pitches, process probably kind of happens. Definitely pitches like that, paying attention towards it. 10 out of 10 album easy within these pitches, process probably is going to happen. So the aspects processing social score is going to go ahead and get a 10 as well within these pitches. Just to say this capital type PL, this is one of these type ones that sold more than the average amount of assortments within the pitch. Just thinking some of those type ones beyond like Bruno Mars and Adele and possibly Maroon 5, some of the folks and Rihanna and Taylor Swift, some of the main spread type ones. It's kind of one that's a little bit deeper within the cracks for these pitching out, but the aspects for us staying paying attention towards here within like the hit type PL. Now it wasn't as if like particular train had a super spread kind of ton of these particular type bounds. They were kind of larger in like the early 2000s and late 90s pitch like that, but the phrase for us and they did have some of pitches. They were consistently around some of the basics of pitch as far as saying this is a good more or less type comeback and like a hit type freight, kind of an emptier type climbing that just had like some good timing that helped flash out like the particular 2010s real good pitch like that. Between some of these type freights are kind of like architectures to particular the 2010s decade within some of the pitches. The aspects for us an important type out and definitely some of those pitches. A lot of these essences that are kind of amongst the sound popped up a lot later. Some of the pitch, but the hit type product underappreciated some of these affairs. I realize the roteness type factor kind of dictates like the products for us saying that it's the hit type feel that this may just be known for like one or two or so songs pitch like that, but this does have some candid typeness. It does it without like a main spread kind of dance club type song, really amidst like the carnage and the crest like Friday or Saturday night or Thursday night songs to pitch, but it does have active phrase. The energy is on here with some of that socialized patternized effect, just showing Galmus a good time since the pitch kind of product. Uno type nights, Jenga type nights, since the pitches, some sunroom type ramen pitch like that, just good iced teas for stand and miss, and standard yap about standard yap about favorite rom-coms, so stuff pitches like standard yap about favorite rom-coms, some stuff pitch like that, restaurant and some of stuff there. It's just good products filling up on tortillas, good pitch like that. Just definitely laxing with mud face gals versus pick out in like the retirement type fairs. Also getting towards laxing with mud face gal within sense hit type pitch and retirement hours versus pitch out. So accent type phrase definitely reminiscent of Ryan Tedder and Bruno Mars. Sense a pitch like that hit type phrase is capital kind of acoustic kind of folk lick type fair pitch like that. Some picnic kind of sun lick typeness pitch like that. Hit type appeals. So definitely kind of say 10 out of 10 album in terms of social pitch like that, some of these type of appeals. So in terms of the future, particular train has dropped as recently as 2022, which is a distant while ago pitch, which is a decent while ago pitch like that, but hit that phrase for us in the aspect kind of they had been around since they do have some further type balance to get towards pitch like that. I'm going to return to the span sense to pitches. I definitely want to see what their early 2000s kind of jumpers were like. Some of those type pitches kind of see some of their banner type appeal to see the product of whether or not the product of whether their early days were truly better, which I think this particular hit album definitely was pleasing, but there's probably some further type products also. Definite hit pitches like that, but yeah, definite class here. Some of the pitches later era type fair that has some banner typeness. Definitely, definitely worthwhile album. Definitely worthwhile album easily.